Guess what we're talking about today? Yes, you guessed it. We're talking about Raygun. But Raygun actually had a teammate at the Olympics, someone no one ever talks about because everybody else, including every other competition within the Olympics, was overshadowed by like a mile, okay, by Raygun's disappointing, lackluster results. But it is making her a very rich person, so at least there's that. I guess sometimes you do fail upwards, at least now in modern day. Used to not be like that. Used to have talent to do anything in life. Not anymore. It's all good. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to see what her teammate has to say right here. It says right here, the breakdancer who paid the price for the Raygun memes. And to be completely fair, the Raygun memes are gold. They are quite literally gold. I'm sorry. That's the best thing we got out of this, to be completely fair. It says, while Rachel Raygun shot to overnight fame, God, what a sad time we live in, Jeff Dunne was preparing for the biggest day of his life. Imagine this for just like one moment. Imagine you are about to get on the biggest stage of your life. You've trained. You're actually a good breakdancer. And you're about to change your life forever, and you have no idea what's about to happen because your teammate's gonna go. It sucks, man. It's actually a sad story. It says 16-year-old Dunne, Australia's other Olympic breaking representative in Paris, was the youngest competitor in the men's event. He didn't make it out of the group stage, where he was pitted against the eventual gold and silver medalist Phil Wizard Kim and Danny Dan Sybil, respectively. And I got to be honest, why do they all have silly ass nicknames? I don't really understand the nickname thing. It's like, oh, Cody shooting ropes Dennison. That's me. Mr. Cody Backshot Dennison. That's what I want. Can I do that? How do I claim these? Do I copyright them? Says Dunne's coach, Liam Masters, took to Instagram after his competition, saying the breaker was inundated with hundreds of videos, memes, and trolls mocking Raygun's performance on the morning of his competition. Oh no! Creating a ridiculous amount of pressure for the youngest breaker at the Olympics. Damn. Imagine that. See, that's the thing. Like, imagine you're about to go out there. The next morning, your competition is happening, and everybody's like, "Hey, guess what just happened? Hey, guess what your female teammate just did? Oh God, you better go out there and change some minds." And apparently he didn't. It's very sad. It said in his first interview since the Olympics, Dunne told this masthead that he was very nervous and very scared to compete that day, citing the magnitude of the competition. Dunne said, this event was a lot bigger than most events in the breaking scene. Yeah, I would say it is definitely bigger than most of the breaking events. Probably the biggest. You had the world watching you. So that was very, very new to me. And he's completely right, because no one's thought about breakdancing since the 90s. So yes, that is true. We asked about Dunne. Why do they have to have similar names? We asked about Raygun. Dunne described her as a lovely friend and team member of the breaking community. And obviously, he's going to speak super highly of her because she has his balls in a vice right now. I mean, come on. To be fair. Breaking is an art form, and her form just didn't appeal to the judges on that day. Dunne, who is 20 years Guns Jr., said, it happens. It happens. Yes, sometimes it happens when you go on the world stage with zero preparation and maybe zero talent. Let's give Raygun the benefit of the doubt and assume that she trained for years and didn't retain any of it. But she did train for years. Somebody should have said, hey, look, you suck, and you should probably not do this. I know it's your dream. I know it's what you want to do, but you should probably not. You know, there should have been a no man somewhere. You know, they call yes mans. There should have been a no damn ma'am. Please, God. Dunne reflects on his Olympics with pride, calling it a great experience and an honor to compete against the B-boys he has idolized since he was a child. He kept a close relationship with Gunn in the Olympic Village. They ate breakfast together each day and trained together on one occasion. They probably should have trained together on more than one occasion, because it looks like that's the only training session she has ever done. He befriended the Australian skaters in the village, especially roommate Kiefer Wilson, and remarked upon the deceptive height of Patty Mills, something he noticed each time he spotted the Boomers legend in the corridors. Interesting. Unofficial Olympic mascot Snoop Dogg even gave Dunne a shout out on Instagram, calling him one of the handful of the breakers that understood the assignment. Sucks that everything was overshadowed. Gunn was back in the breaking arena to support Dunne in the men's event that day after her own competition. As the global pile-on against Raygun continued to take shape, Dunne said it meant a lot for her to be in attendance, saying it reflected her character as a teammate. I mean, I guess. I mean, what else are you going to do? Like, you got to be there to support your boy, who definitely did better than you did. It says Paris might now seem a distant memory for Dunne, who has since traveled to the Netherlands, Austria, Slovakia, and Portugal to compete on the European circuit. So he's still doing the shit, right? He'll return to school in Northern Rivers region of NSW in 2 weeks and will sit his school exams within days of arriving back on Australian soil. That's nice. Dunne has grand plans for his career, which he hopes could impact the world and grow breaking immensely in Australia. Yeah, that's the sucky part. They should have focused on this dude. Raygun should have never went. They should have got a much more competent breaker from Australia to pair with Dunne and go out there and actually make an impact. And maybe, just maybe, just maybe, breakdancing wouldn't have been removed from the next Olympic Games. You know, I don't know. Probably not a good idea. Someone should have said something somewhere. His sights are set on joining the elite Red Bull breakdancing team. I'm assuming that is, which only accepts the cream of the crop. Well, Raygun's fucked. It only takes breakers age 18 and over. Dunne looks forward to the future beyond the Olympics, which he says was never his main goal. Well, hot diggity damn. Adding that anything can happen. Man, I tell you, look, here's the deal. All right. Here's the thing. It really is sad to see he's thinking about the future. He wants to build a future. He wants to bring breaking to the main stage. And he's obviously a more talented breaker by a mile than Raygun. And Raygun single-handedly destroyed it in everyone's mind. I don't know if I'm speaking for everyone when I say this, but I'm speaking for myself. I haven't thought about breakdancing in years. And I mean years. So the fact that it was on the Olympic stage was jarring, but interesting. They had one shot to actually bring it to the forefront. And Raygun, selfishly, in my opinion, connived her way onto the main stage to just destroy the sport and the culture for probably the next 10 to 15, 20 years, maybe. It's kind of brutal and sad, to be honest. What if they had an X Games and it was like the first big, either the first big X Games for skateboarding or maybe the first big resurgence of skateboarding for the X Games? And instead of sending, people that are extremely talented out there to compete, they send people that have been skating for 2 weeks and they drop in and bust their face every 2 seconds. People would take it not serious. Skateboarding would be looked at as a joke, right? That's what happened here. It's kind of sad. Rest in peace. Hopefully things will get better. But Raygun's going to be a millionaire. So at least she won. Kind of sad.